King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Let's go. Let's go. Just getting the ambiance. Yeah, y'all know I'm going to the store right after this episode to gotta get some more incense, yo. Gotta get some more incense. Man, found a way to get us back up and running. Oh man, welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops, great. Quick story, and we're gonna get right to the show. You guys were supposed to get an episode the day before yesterday. About a comparison between Pusha T, So Be It, and Kendrick Lamar's Watch the Party Die. It was like a little comparison. But YouTube did they whatever with it. I don't know. I don't know. It was completely blocked. Yesterday I just ran into an internet issue. So 48 hours of no show ain't never cool. So I apologize for that. I be getting in my own way sometimes, and I be wanting stuff to look a certain way. Anyway, today, this show, we're gonna revisit the Day Free Akademiks Detroit Grand National Tour stop. Now, you listen to the way Akademiks recants the story. I mean, recounts or replays the story. It was a simple conversation, nothing more, nothing less. And I made sure we listened to it from a couple of different angles instead of just coming from one person. I got it from back on feed, community, MacWap TV. It was even other reactors who just immediately said, "No, this is really what happened." But I tried to give us a couple of different viewpoints, and they all the way they framed it. I mean, it sounded like he got, but I found an interview that's gonna help shine some light on the whole thing, because I think what we're missing, the ingredient that's missing right now is a clearer understanding of who Dave Free is as a person. So I found this interview from Glasses Malone, Glasses Lope, courtesy I want to say the No Ceilings podcast. We're gonna check this out and see what's happening with that. Like, comment, subscribe. Again, I'm sorry for missing a couple of days. Definitely out of my control. Today, I'm using YouTube's system to reach you guys, so ain't much I could do about that right now. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, so that way we keep the YouTube police outside. So while we smoking, drinking, and chilling in here, we good. They not gonna come in. We done took care of all the important stuff. Let me get the screen share for y'all. Let me get the screen share. Bam. Here we go. So, where am I at? Oh, I need to go this way. All right, bet. Let's go.
Because him and T-Rail got into it. So Dave Free ran into Akademiks at the Dot show.
And Dave Free, that's Dot.
Yeah, that's the homie, DJ
Okay.
Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave is like not no gangbanger, but Dave rowdy as
He's with it. He's with
fighting.
Okay.
He just like he on his timing. He a solid homie. He not even though he not necessarily no gang member, he is solid homie. Like he gonna take off and squabble and all that. And
now, right there at the gate, we got a lot of needed context of Dave Free as a person. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us, I know I did, maybe you didn't, but I know a lot of people kind of looked at it as a yin and yang with Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free, where Kendrick was the rah-rah. He was I could go cross-side your face. Whereas Dave Free, like, look, man, let's talk about this so it don't get to a point where my man or somebody else go across both sides of your face. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. At least that's what we thought. That's what we thought. Let's hear it.
So he pressed Ak, like, what's up? And I know when Ak was telling the story how he ran into Dave, he told the story cool. The only difference is I talked to Dave and I know Dave.
Okay.
Dave don't got that cool gear. Like if Dave is pressing you on a problem, he really pressing you. You like he pretty much waiting for you to initiate whatever he needs to make the fight happen.
So he not 10 to 100. He's
Look, I stopped to pause that real quick because I have moments where I be on that, where it's like I'm looking for the other person to give me some validity to go off. I need somebody I need to justify. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of waiting and like, okay, you gonna give me my moment where I get to really be what I really I'm trying to be, but I have to at least look this other part real quick. I get it, bro. I get it. Hey, it is what it is.
He's on 70 already.
Dave.
She started on 70.
What's funny is Dave is 20 or 70 and up. He don't got no 30, 40, 50, 60, nothing in the middle.
Okay.
So he 20, 10 cool, or 80 degrees and higher. So because of all this stuff that I know Dot was saying, I mean that Ak been saying about Dot and all that little funny shit he's saying about the West, I know Dave was at 80.
He's already on 80.
And he's only at 80 because he had to think Ak is a buster. He know Ak ain't on no timing, so he's at 80 to start.
Okay.
Because if it was like somebody that's like on some life shit, that's on some street shit, he'd have been at 90, 100.
Right.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. We're not about to hold hands on how the hood go. I completely understand that. I mean, it don't sound fabricated to me because that's kind of the way I personally approach stuff. If I'm dealing with somebody I know gonna fold like hot laundry, there's no reason for me to be at 100. I know exactly after you get a read on somebody, like, you know what? I only need about this much to deal with your ass. And you go about it accordingly with that level of energy. Somebody like Akademiks, who we all know is a buster, like he weak. Like he not about to fight nobody, he about to send somebody. Or security, or nothing about him looked like he ever shot the fade with nobody. Like nobody. We all know this. So it makes sense Dave would go in there with enough vigor to let him know, I'm not playing. It can go down right now. What's up? But not enough to where like, hey, fear for your life. Cause I'm about to at 100. I'm trying to end you type energy. We're not even really about to talk at 100. It's over with. I'm surprised you lucky. 80 might be the highest a person can really go and be like, okay, we could talk. Some words can be exchanged. But I'm sure at 80, the body energy, you got to picture it now. The body language, how you standing or sitting, like your whole facial demeanor, all of this stuff matters when you're dealing with an in-person exchange. I'm letting you know what it is, not only with the way I'm talking, but my whole energy and demeanor when I walk in the room. Did I not? He probably didn't even knock. Walked right in. I knew where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Right.
He been barking, trying to make you fight. So when he gave Ak a chance to punk out, I know it. And Ak, nah, this ain't personal. I'm just doing business.
I took the high road.
Act punked out.
or the low road. He just was like, I don't want that smoke.
That's what we gonna call it, the low road. So
Yeah,
we can't
low
call it the high
road.
road.
We can't say punked
Not
out.
the high
though.
road, because he was popping it. So he was popping it, feel me? And he, like Dave, I know Dave Preston, because I know Dave. I know how Dave do his thing. So Dave Preston, I mean, what's up with all that shit you was talking about the homie, blah, blah. What's up? Is that like business or personal? Oh, that's just business, man. I'm just, I know Act. Act ain't, I saw Act on stage when Pun and Ape, forgive me, not Pun, because Pun wasn't protecting him. AD was protecting him.
I seen that.
In
Okay.
Jersey.
Uh-huh.
And Act from Jersey.
Act from Jersey?
Act from Jersey. Middle class, he's a middle class Jamaican kid that moved to
I would have thought that nigga was from Toronto. The way he be
New
acting.
Jersey. No. So that's why I say not hip hop. Not like he not educated on hip hop to some degree, or not that he don't cover the culture. He's a middle class Jamaican kid that moved to America, to a rural area in Jersey that was kind of upper middle class.
Okay.
And that's how he lived his life. So he don't really have no. And Jersey is one of the places where if you close to any urban area, you're gonna get baptized in the culture.
Right.
So he had to be far away from the culture. But he's a really intelligent, sharp dude. So he know what he's doing on his business. So back to the point, when Dave pressing, turn it down. He don't want no smoke, right? Because he really ain't never wanted no smoke. He entertaining with his stream.
But don't Act kind of talk like he want a little smoke sometime?
Oh, he talked like he want all the smoke.
Yeah, act when he get behind that camera.
He talk like he
want all
the
the
smoke.
promo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Streamers be cutting them wrestling
Yeah,
promos.
boy, Act.
Okay. Now we know. Now we know. I'm saying. That's pressed. I don't care what that man was talking about. Act got pressed. We can finally put that to bed. Because the only thing that I was willing to hear out a lot of people from the other side who like, man, Dave Free ain't even that type of cat, whoop, whoop, whoop. Because again, none of us know this dude. We don't know none of these people. We assume a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the assumption was Dave Free was the businessman. He keeps everything on time, focused. He's Mr. Precision. No. He one of them. Apparently, he one of them, man. Like, who knew? So all in all, I'm telling you, this is what we can surmise from all of this. Honestly, we should have known when Saucy Santana had Akademiks crying. What we knew what type of person Akademiks was, man. And if you know what type of person he is, then we should kind of have known how he was gonna play that whole situation out, regardless. The only way possible that he would have came out and said, admitted to something happening, like he would have had to be physically impacted, like it had to go down, and then he still tried to do a stream. So you got to explain a black eye or busted lip or swollen jaw or missing tooth or cut across the anything like that, he would have had to explain. But so with the absence of something that severe or extreme, he was never gonna come out and say, "Hey man, he pulled down on me in my suite and said this is what it is. They not playing, not just me or anybody that play with them wrong can get it." Like, it would have had to been that level of energy. Again, we know Act, so Act got pressed. We could put this to bed. He can never talk tough again, though. We gonna say that before we get out of here. And I appreciate y'all checking me out on this quick little smoke break. You know what I'm saying? Talk about this little hip hop shit. I wanted to wrap this one up. I was glad I seen this. But yeah, Act can't talk tough to nobody else ever. I'm not a rapper. not a woman. I don't think not a kid. I mean, you need to stay away from kids. So, he a show. Act ain't for academics. Act is for act. He's acting. He's playing a role. The role of the clown or the role of the fool. Either one. Pick one. But I'm Oops the Great. This is Kush Equilibrium. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show back up and running. So I'm going to keep them coming.